why you need to get pre-approved for a home loan. My name is Ron, and I'm here to guide you to get pre-approved. So let me start with a story. I've seen so many people who runs around with agents, and when and as soon as they want to put an offer into the property, they get declined due to a listing on the credit bureau, or the affordability, or sometimes the bond originator hasn't looked at the right things or the right documents for you as a buyer. Or like this client of mine, she went to put an offer in on a property, and just to get told you're declined because you got a debt review status on your credit bureau. Says, but I never applied for credit bureau for debt review. But the status is there. After our investigations with my team, we realized it was a debt counselor or a debt counseling call center that phoned us, says we can do a consolidation, and all of a sudden, being not the wiser, gave her an ID number, and then they listed her as under debt review. So what we done on this particular matter, we helped her, got her status removed. 2 weeks later, we put a new application in, and we got the debt review status removed, and she qualified for 105% bond. How awesome is that? Not just 100%, because her income showed that she can afford this property, and the property she can afford is below market value, and the bank saw value in the property, which then provided with 105% bond. Plus, she was a first-time home buyer. How awesome is that? So let's look at why we have to look at pre-approvals first. One, we look at your credit score, see what you can afford. And sometimes you can afford it probably right now, but let's say, for instance, in 2 or 3 months' time, you're going to get an increase. You can maybe go buy in a better area, or maybe the interest rates are coming down, that you can maybe afford a property in a better area. Instead of having a 2-bedroom, maybe you can afford a 3-bedroom. That's why it's very important to work with an agent that understands the market, understands the National Credit Act. That's why as a team, we've all got this different knowledge bases, what we share with each other by growing each other. It's not about just selling properties, but it's how we can help you as a buyer, as well as helping the seller to get the best price. Because if we can get you pre-approved, guys, you in the bounce seats, you got the negotiation in your hands. Myself as an agent and my team, who are also agents, we know how to negotiate. Because sometimes you can maybe get that property for 100,000 or maybe 200,000 Rand less, because that property could have been on the books for maybe 6 months. That property might be ready to be sold by an auction through the banks. You never know. But if you work with us and we get you pre-approved, we know how to negotiate and how to leverage. I don't call it leverage, I call it leverage. So if you would like to work with us, DM us, and let's get you pre-approved, find the property you want, and find out, is that the area that you want to live in?